Hey there, and welcome back to Tech Support Monday. If you're ever worried about someone hacking into your email, bank account, or even Netflix, this video is for you. Today we're going to be talking about two-factor authentication, also known as 2FA, what it is, why it matters, and how to use it to keep your online accounts safe. If your password is strong, it might not be enough, but don't worry, 2FA is simple, fast, and way more powerful than most people realize. By the end of this video, you'll know how it works, which method is best, and how to protect yourself from some of the most common online scams. Let's get started. So what is two-factor authentication? It's a way of adding an extra layer of security to your accounts, kind of like putting a deadbolt on your front door. You still use your regular password, but then you also have to prove it's really you using a second method. The second step might be a code sent to your phone, a notification in an app, or even a fingerprint. You're basically confirming your identity in two different ways. It's like having both a key and a security code to get into your house. If a hacker gets your password, they still can't log in unless they have your second code. Now you might be thinking, I've got a good password. Do I really need this? Yes, absolutely. Passwords can be stolen, data leaks, guessed, or tricked out of you through phishing emails that look real. It happens all the time. But even if someone guessed your password, two-factor authentication stops them cold. Without that second code, they're locked out. Microsoft and Google both say that 2FA blocks over 99% of automated hacking attempts. That's a huge difference, and it only takes a few seconds to use. It's one of the smartest things you can do to protect your digital life. There are a few different types of 2FA you might see, so let's break them down. First, we have SMS 2FA. This is the one where a code gets texted to your phone. It's easy and better than nothing, but it's not the most secure. Hackers can sometimes trick your phone company into transferring your number to them, a scam called SIM swapping, and then they get your code. The second option is Authenticator apps like Google Authenticator, Authy, Microsoft Authenticator, or Duo. These apps generate code right on your phone that changes every 30 seconds. No text, no internet required. This means nothing gets sent through the network and nothing can be intercepted. It's much safer than using SMS. There's also push notifications or biometrics. Some services like your bank or Google may send you a prompt to your phone saying, "Is this you logging in?" and just tap yes to sign up. Other apps might ask you to use your fingerprint or face scan as that second factor. These methods are quick, secure, and convenient when available. So if you ever get the choice, go for Authenticator app or push notification over SMS. It's just a safer bet. Alright, let's go over a few tips that aren't always obvious but will save you some stress down the road. Tip 1. Back up your Authenticator app. If you lose your phone or it breaks, you could be locked out of your accounts. Seriously. Some services give you a backup code when you first set up 2FA, save those somewhere safe. Even better, use an app like Authy, which lets you securely back up your codes and even sync them across devices. Tip 2. Don't fall for fake support requests. No real company will ever ask you for your 2FA code. If you get a call, text, or email claiming to be from your bank or Amazon and they ask you for a login code, it's a scam. Hang up and delete it. Tip 3. Start with your email. If you're only going to turn on 2FA for one thing, make sure it's your email. Why? Because if someone gets your inbox, they can reset all your passwords for most of your accounts. Your email is the digital front door. Lock it first. Tip 4. Label your accounts clearly. If you use an app like Google Authenticator, label each code with a service name, like Gmail, Personal, or Amazon Work. That way, you're not guessing which code belongs to what, especially if you manage multiple accounts. Let me walk you through how to actually set up 2FA step by step. We'll use Google as an example, but the steps are similar for most sites. Go to your Google account settings, click security, then two-step verification. Choose your method, text message or map. If you pick the app option, you'll scan a QR code using your phone's camera. Open the Authenticator app, scan it, and you'll see 6-digit codes that refresh every 30 seconds. Google may also give you a list of backup codes. Print these or save them somewhere safe. I'm just a little personal. I use Google Authenticator myself. I've been on Android since the original Motorola Droid launched. Yeah, the slide-out keyboard days. So it just made sense to stick with Google's ecosystem. That said, there's no best app for everyone. Use whatever works for you. Authy is great if you want cloud backups, and Microsoft Authenticator is awesome too, especially for Outlook or Office accounts. Don't get hung up on the brand, just focus on having something set up. Let's talk about the scenario no one wants, but everyone needs to be prepared for. What happens if you lose access to your 2FA method? Maybe your phone is stolen, maybe it fell in the lake. Maybe you reset it and forgot to transfer your Authenticator app. It happens. Here's what to do. First, check if the service gave you backup codes when you first set up the 2FA. Most platforms like Google, Facebook, and Amazon do. These can be used instead of a code for your app. Second, see if you've added a backup phone number or email. Some accounts will let you verify your identity another way. If you're really stuck, you may need to go through an account recovery process. Some services might even ask you for a photo of your ID. The best thing you can do is prepare ahead of time. Use Authy if you want to avoid these headaches altogether, or just make sure to keep your backup code somewhere safe, not just on your email or on your phone. Can someone still get into my account if they have access to my email and my phone? Unfortunately, yes. If someone has both your email and your phone, they can potentially reset passwords and improve 2FA codes. That's why it's important to keep your devices locked with a passcode or biometric login, and to avoid linking all recovery options to just one email. Is there a way to use 2FA on my smart home devices like Alexa or Ring? Yes. Services like Amazon and Ring do support 2FA for the accounts that control those devices, usually through text or an Authenticator app. It's a good idea to turn that on, because if someone gets into your Amazon account, they can access your smart devices too. What happens if the clock on my phone is wrong? Will the app code still work? Great catch. Most Authenticator apps rely on your phone's time being synced accurately. Make sure your phone is set to update time automatically. If it's off, the codes may not match and logins could fail. Can I use 2FA for my social media like Instagram or TikTok? Yes, absolutely. Instagram, Facebook, TikToks, Twitter/X all offer 2FA now. You will usually find it under security or privacy in your account settings, and most now support app-based codes, which is the safer option. How many backup codes should I save, and where do I keep them? Most sites will give you 5 to 10 backup codes. Save them in at least 2 safe places, like a printed copy stored somewhere secure, and maybe a password manager. Avoid saving them in your email, since that could be too. What's the difference between 2FA and multi-factor authentication? Good question. Two-factor authentication is just one specific type of multi-factor authentication. MFA just means using 2 or more types of verification. So 2FA is basically a subset of MFA. Some advanced systems might use 3 layers: password, app, and fingerprint. If I change phones, do I have to set up all my 2FA accounts again? Great question, Linda. Yes, unless you're using an app like Authy, which backs up your 2FA codes to the cloud. You'll usually need to manually scan the QR codes for each account on your new phone. Some services let you temporarily disable 2FA during the switch, but it's always smart to back up first. That said, I've been using Google Authenticator since it first launched, and all my phone upgrades over the years, I've never had an issue. I just reinstall the apps from the Play Store, and it works seamlessly. Your experience may vary, but for me, it's been lots. So let's wrap this up. Two-factor authentication might sound a little technical, but it's really just a smart, simple way to protect yourself. It adds one tiny step to your login process, and in return, it shuts the door on the most common online threats. Start with your email account and any site tied with your money, like online banking, PayPal, or shopping accounts. Then work your way through the rest. If you got questions, drop them in the comments. I'd love to feature some of your questions or scenarios in next week's Tech Support Monday video, because if you're wondering about it, chances are someone else is too. And hey, if you're building a website and want it to be safe from the start, check out 123mapwebsites.com. Simple, secure websites made for real people, not tech experts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.